Hello and welcome to Life Eternal, a solo game developed by Ronove, available on itch.io, and it's about a necromancer who is going to resurrect their lord. Let's see what it's about. First the game. One day, I will never fall. One day, you will stay as you are forevermore. My blossom into the end of time. It's cryptic. I don't know what that meant, but sure. A fancy room. I'm awake? So you're so you're finally awake. No. That means I have to get up. He must have left me something. I don't know what this game reminds me of. I mean, it reminds me of obviously like an RPG Maker game, but also for some reason the graphics. It's Fire Emblem. That's what it reminds me of. This feels like Fire Emblem for some reason. It's not. I mean, it's not a strategy game, I guess, but I just think of Fire Emblem. Anyway, my legs are so stiff. How long was I asleep? What's that on my desk? A letter? It is. My lord left me a letter. Good morning, my blossom. Actually, I don't know. I don't know, actually. Is the lord a man or a woman? I have no idea. But I'm assuming generic man voice. Good morning, my blossom. If you're reading this, then it means that I have fallen. My spell for keeping you safe has withered. People proclaiming themselves heroes are such pesky things. Don't you think? Please, do me the honor of breathing life into me once more. He's dead. Okay, it's a guy. I don't know, I just think, like, it could be like a woman, you know? But no, it's a dude. No. No. What's dead doesn't have to stay dead. It's what he taught me. I'm his necromancer. I can bring him back to life. He hid my spellbook somewhere in the castle. If I had it, I could begin the necessary spell. Wouldn't it be lady in that case? That depends. I guess if you're really strict about, like, the medieval titles, you know? But, like, you know, medieval fantasy, does it really matter? This blasted headache will not stop me. Before I gather anything, I should see if my lord's body yet survives in some form. And see what state the tower is in. To move, use the arrow keys. Hold shift to dash. Okay, typical RPG Maker controls. You don't need to tell me that. I'm an RPG Maker veteran. I don't know, I just feel like a full-fledged kind of like, I don't know, like RPG. But I think this game is not, again, yeah, it's not really combat focused. As far as I understand it, anyway. Interesting. Again, very good game. I don't know, very good, like, UI. I don't know. It reminds me of Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem and probably other, like, I don't know. Maybe I have just nostalgia glasses, actually. You know, or nostalgia goggles. Because I'm thinking, like Fire Emblem was, like, on the GBA. And GBA wasn't that, like, good in terms of graphics. So I don't know. Maybe I just have nostalgia goggles. Anyway. The bed is warded, so no one may touch who's upon it. I don't seem to remember crawling to bed, but it's not often I do. My lord tends to take me here if I fall asleep elsewhere. It was rather kind. Was he often kind? My memories are too fuzzy to recall anything distinct. Interesting. Look at lamp? No? It's a rather large vanity. But my lord insisted I take the time to look like the sorcerer I could be, and thus brought it to my room. Yes, you gotta dress for success, you know? Dress for the role that you want to be. My hair has always been a bit of a mess, however. I'm not too keen to deal with it right now. Isabella found this hand mirror in the market, and was excited until she remembered she was but a skeleton. So she gave it to me instead. Okay, skeleton. Skeleton waifu? The jewels on the handle is a bit gaudy, but it was sweet of her. Do we get to bring back the Isabella as well? The skeleton? That tea has long since gone bitter. I'd rather leave it be. I can always make tea once I've dealt with my lord's situation. This is roll papers, old diagrams, and sigils for a spell long lost to the memory of time. Sitting on top of it all, however, is a note from your lord and sorcerer. If I read the note, it's the same note, right? Yeah. My Blossom. I don't know. That's a strange pet name. Books that my lord has given me over the years I have been by his side. I must have thumbed through all of them at least 1,000 nights or more, so I could simply stay useful. I have been useful, haven't I? Something on the icon? I don't know. Can I click on it? Okay, it's just yeah, it's just the menu. It's the what do we call this? The hamburger, you know? I feel like people started using this on like mobile apps for like an icon for like a menu. Either that or like 3 dots or something. I don't know. Anyway, here's an inventory actually. It's an enchanted dagger. A gift from your lord. The blade has a sheen of magic and protects you and helps you perform spells. And you can stab people, you can shank them. And also Golden Circuit, another gift. The green gem shines with magic beneath the sun. How many stat points did they give me? You know, does it give me 10 plus or plus 10 magic defense or something? Open your eyes. Don't close your eyes. You know, you don't close your eyes. Okay, it's just learning magic and making your eyes wish for... It's just a summary of what just happened. We don't need to summarize what happened like 10 seconds ago. So many different robes and delicates fill the drawers. Everything's a drab color, but my lord insisted flamboyant colors are long out of fashion. I don't mind too much. You're fine with what you're wearing. Looks as a layer of dust on it. What about this? I always did have a habit of bringing armfuls from the library up to my room to study. What a nerd. This is no different. Okay. You know, I like how, again, very good game design to, like, basically, I mean, it's very basic. Very, you know, it's like a thing that I feel like it's typical for most video games, but, like, if you interact with something twice, it gives a different description that basically is just a lot faster. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know, I just noticed, like, sometimes when I play a few indie games, they don't do that, and when you read something, it just repeats the dialogue, which is annoying if the dialogue is long. But anyway, I don't know, just something small, but something I noticed. The shelves are filled with all sorts of magical instruments, but none of which help me right now. What's this? There's a note carved into the shelf. Remember this time, please. I beg of you. Remember it all. Curiously cryptic in my handwriting even. It's not very recent. The etching has been smoothed, like I've touched it many times before. I wonder if I ever knew what it meant. For now, I'll jot it down in my journal. Perhaps something will come to me later. Yeah, it's good to have, like, faster dialogue for things you already looked at, because, I don't know, like if there's a puzzle, for example. I don't know if it's a puzzle game. I actually have no idea. I just found this game randomly. I didn't actually look at the genre necessarily. It looks to be just more like a story kind of game, but anyway. No, it's useful, again, if the dialogue is sped up, if you're stuck on like a puzzle or something. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I say as you know, speaking of like repeating dialogue. Well, good thing I can simply skip through it quickly anyway. I guess that's it. Can I look at the mirror itself? Oh, yeah, just tired. Alright, I guess that's it. I looked at everything, I feel like. Robes, yeah. Alright. There's the thing that I just got, though. What is it saying in the journal? Cryptic note. Yeah, okay, it's just this again. Remember this time. Remember this time. Totally not foreshadowing anything. Say it again. I like how the UI is kind of customized. Unless I'm wrong. But I believe this is RPG Maker, and I don't know. Maybe this particular version of RPG Maker I don't have a lot of experience with. But I do feel like a lot of the UI is kind of customized, you know? Makes it feel unique, which is good. My lord's ward held, but the hallway did not bask in the self-same safety. Self-same? Is that a word? I feel like that's not a word, but like the game so far has like perfect grammar in English. It's making me question my own grasp of the language. Self-same. I don't know. If that is a word, that's a new word to me. Self-same safety. Self-same. It's just really archaic, really. It's just an old word. Okay. And it's a wonder they never got in. Although I suppose I shouldn't question it too much. I'm alive after all. Well, okay. So some things happened, but we were safe in our own room because we had a barrier. Wards done by my lord's hands. He taught me to make them too, but for some reason his were always stronger. And after each ward, I was beset with a sudden exhaustion. I wonder if it's a simple side effect. You know, using up my MP. Too much MP usage. It glows against the wall. Magic strengthening it to withstand even the strongest invaders. Oh, Yorick. Alas, poor Yorick. What was the quote again? Alas, poor Yorick. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him well, Horatio. No, Oh, Yorick, you were a good man at Skeleton, always keeping watch on me, especially whenever I stay up too late. You gave your spark to keep me safe, and for that I'm forever grateful. I have to reserve my magic for now, but when our Lord lives once more, I'll come back to raise you too. Ah yes, my skeleton friends. My skeleton butler, maybe? I don't know. My skeleton bodyguard. Do they have personalities? You know, are these like actually literally skeleton friends? You know, there's just the nice skeletons. It's frightening how close our enemies came to my room before the wards reduced them to melted metal and ash. What would the attackers have done to me while I slept? Probably killed you for XP and gold. The remains of enemies lying in a heap of melted metal and ash at your feet. No life stirs within, not even a hint of a soul to be raised. Okay, so these are the heroes, I guess. Or like the soldiers, maybe. You know, their full plate did not protect them from death. No one here? The debris blocks the doorway, and from a cursory glance between the cracks in the door, it doesn't look worth digging into. AKA, the developer doesn't want you to go in there, they just put it in there for atmosphere, you know? It's just a fake door. That's what they often do in video games. You know, it looks like there's a bunch of places you can go to, but actually, a lot of it's blocked off. This is an odd phenomena. Crystallized magic has stuck itself to the floor. Perhaps as remnants of the broken wards given physical form. I have to study it once my lord is with me again. I mean, I don't know. More of these. Remains of the enemies. More debris. Get this? Just bricks? The hole reveals a lot of darkness and debris. Not safe to crawl through. No venting in this era. Vents haven't been invented yet, you see, so you can't crawl into the small holes. The hole in the floor goes straight down, but best not to fall through. Oh, it's a hole, okay. For some, it looks like a tree branch to me, but like a little tree. But no, it's a hole. It's a cracked hole. Alright, well, only one way to go. Over here? Yeah, I don't know, like a little small tree, but anyway. More of these little crystals. Or holes. Your spark of life is so far gone. I cannot remember you, my friend. I thank you all the same for your service and death to me and my lord. More like you're undeaf, really, but, you know. Okay. Cannot remember you, same thing. There's a shattered orb in the alcove. Alcove? Alcove? It must have once held magic, but now even in pieces it has none. Remains of your enemies. The floor looks in pretty bad shape. 3 ways to go, actually. Up, left, and down. Let's go down. Wait, I do not feel my lord's presence outside. I feel his magic leaking out of the great hall all the way down the walkway. Let's try there first. Okay, so we don't go there yet. And we probably don't go here yet either. But thou must go here first. Okay. You must go north. Down the hall. Is that my lord? A bunch of skeletons? Or, not a bunch of skeletons, rather a bunch of bones that make a skeleton. Anyway. This really is you, isn't it, my lord? To think you were laid bare so succinctly by those proclaiming themselves as heroes. I slept so long when I should have been by your side, and now your body's broken, your magic even more so. I don't have long, but I am now, and I will bring you back. Yeah. Have I always had these headaches, my lord? Wouldn't you have done something for them if they make me imperfect? No matter. It can't matter. I know what I have to do, and no headache will stop me. My necromancy codex is hidden somewhere in the tower. I can feel its magic, albeit faintly. I'll have the spell I need. I will be back, my lord. Who is our lord? Is he like a nice lord? Or is he like Palpatine, you know? And he goes, unlimited power! I'll destroy this kingdom with my skeletons. Or something. Is it that kind of like lord? I don't know. Can you go outside here? No? No, there. I mean, so far it seems to be like the classic case of like, you know, it's supposed to be like a topsy-turvy kind of thing, you know? We're playing as the villains, but from our perspective, we're not really the villains, or at least, you know, it's for much more like a sympathetic point of view. And the heroes are the bad guys, at least so far. But, I don't know. Guess we'll see. This is where you were hiding, Agatha. I'm glad you're not broken underfoot. I sorely miss the taste of your little cakes. You always kept me on the lore fed to the best of your ability, even after you were raised. I have to reserve my magic for now, but when our lord lives once more, I'll come back to raise you too. Okay. Agatha the baker? How does that work? Again, like, depends on the magic, I guess. Are they, mindless zombies? Or do they have souls of their own and actually are acting willingly? I don't know, depends. What's in here? That's a library. I'm glad to see my lord's wards kept everything in here safe. All the years we spent filling up the shelves and penning our own spells together. Well, let's see what's here. Perhaps my necromancy codex is in here. Books or old spell books with dozens of helpful notes in margin, or in the margin by both you and your lord. Unfortunately, the necromancy codex is not here. There's like a sparkly thing, you know, in the fireplace though. Save. I don't need to save this much, but you know, I'm a save-aholic. I always make 1,000 saves. The ash inside the fireplace has a faint sparkle to it, almost like it was made with magic. As I suspected. Oh, okay. Obviously, yeah, the sparkly thing will always show you the main mission objectives. We set it on fire when we're not using it because its pages will never burn, and magic keeps the flames alight. Okay, it was glorified, you know, firewood. If anyone has made it past the wards, likely they would not have thought this more than mere logs. But conveniently, it's a good hiding place. The spell is here as I thought. What's this note scrawled in the margin? Do not forsake your own life. Curious. It looks like my handwriting, but when would I have written that? There's no time between preparing for the assaults and raising skeletons for my lord. I will not be played by tricks. I must bring him back to life and help him secure his hold over his world once more. The spell can only be done in the full moon. I have but scant 3 days to prepare. It will not last until the next cycle. First, I should clear the room rubble and debris. It's not fit for my lord to open his eyes in, and it would be remiss of me not to at least clear the cobwebs. Afterward, I'll need to restore the magic circle in the room. The cellarage would have the necessarily magicked chalk. Then I'll need 3 magic orbs, no matter what state they're in. Those should be with the chalk or at least nearby, or those should be with the chalk or at least nearby. Those I'll arrange around my lord so it creates a circuit with the magic I push into the arcane circle. Next are the everlasting life herbs. They grow wild and free wherever there's been magic. Since I'm sure our stores were emptied, there should be some growing anew in the bramble forest outside. Lastly, I'll need to procure life water from the nymph in the lake, but she'll need a gift to draw her from her slumber. There's a lot of things I need to do. It's a big to-do list. How long is this game? Well, it's all so much at once. Let's take it one step at a time. Otherwise, I'm liable to faint where I stand. Let's start with the inside of the tower and check the cellarage first. The magic chalk is likely there. Alright. I do like how the characters, or the, well, I say characters, plural, but no, the character kind of lip syncs, you know? Even though there's no voice acting, at least from the game itself. I do like that. The books on the shelf are numbered volumes with labels up and down the spine for what spells are contained within. The ink has smudged with time, but you know them by heart. Okay, what's over here? A magic orb sits on the shelf. Just what you're looking for. Okay, that's one thing down. I guess those are just things going to be scattered about. The books on the shelf are numbered. Also, there's a note there, but I guess maybe it's nothing. The sun always feels so warm when I stand here. Sometimes I find myself sitting that chair, or I find myself sitting on that chair, reading away until it grew too dark to see. Simpler days. The books on the shelf are the basics of necromancy, including diagrams and just suggestions of how to best clean the skeleton if you can't magically restore the skin. Okay. Wait, there's ways to like resurrect people with skin? How does that work? The books on the shelf are various idea books, penned by different necromancers of what use internal organs have for reanimated corpses. Some suggest leaving them, others suggest harvesting them for testing purposes. You know, I guess different theories, different schools of thought with necromancy. The pile of books are all different from each other, but they have been defaced with the same script. Do not go to sleep. Do not go to sleep. Do not go to... Note cuts off suddenly as though the hand was ripped away. It's eerie how much this looks like my handwriting, but off. Like I was desperate. I'll jot it down in my journal. Ominous. Anyway. Huxley would agree. About the organs, I guess. The books on the shelf are numbered volumes with labels up and down the spine. Okay, I already read this. The generic dialogue. Alright. Double checking just in case I miss anything. Oh. Although, just how date is it now? Okay, I didn't read this. I thought this was also generic dialogue, but it is actually slightly different. The shelf holds map and cartography books of the surrounding areas and kingdoms. Your lord has heavily written which areas are dangerous for you. Although, just how of date is it now? Okay. Just some old maps. Okay, and the rest is the same. Alright, I guess that's it. We're thinking about cleaning the cobwebs, right? But maybe only in a specific room. Anyway. Alright, it's gonna be a lot of exploring, I feel like. Gonna be a lot of walking around. That's where we came from, right? Sparkly. This is the thing we looked at before, actually. A shattered magic orb sits in the alcove. Perhaps can be used even in pieces. Shattered orb. I guess we can fix that, maybe. Or maybe use it for something else. Can't go that way. Alright. Well, let's go to the cellarage. They pronounce that. I assume cellar. So it's a longer form version of cellar, really. Cellarage. A magic orb sits in the box, just what you're looking for. Another one down, that's 2 out of 3. Or, well, I got 3. Ah, but one's in pieces, yeah. Alright, I've 3 magic orb. Even though one is in pieces, it's enough at the very least. I can return to the Great Hall with them when I'm ready. Oh yeah, I guess this also kind of reminds me of Stardew Valley. It has kind of like a Stardew Valley kind of feel. I mean, I guess any like pixel art game, you know. I don't know, what era is this? It's kind of like, it's the era of pixel art when it was at its peak, you know? I feel like this is what it reminds me of. It's like, it's not 8-bit or anything like that. It's like much more than that. You know, at a certain point, just right before all video games kind of went 3D, you know? 2D was at a certain point where like the pixel art was just very detailed and everything. And like, it looked very nice, you know? I actually prefer that kind of style over like most styles, but it depends. But the casks have been emptied of their contents long ago. Nothing remains but a pungent smell. There's a note pushed into the cask, like someone had written and hidden it in haste. Listen to yourself. You alone know the truth hidden beneath all the warmth. Curiously cryptic in my handwriting even. This was a vintage cask of my lord's favorite, although I do not remember when it was emptied. More to the point, why note here? I serve him from bottles, not casks. For now, I'll jot it down. For now, I'll jot down these ominous notes that seem to imply something about my lord, but don't worry about it. Just a thick layer of dust. Rose and rose spice are once filled with rose and rose spice and herbs, but it's been ransacked. Hey, did the heroes loot the spice rack? How dare they? Curiously, our attackers left some of our dishes alone. I can't get into the kitchens of the dining hall to see what else remains, but at least we have this still. For some reason, I have an urge to dust them, even though it won't matter. Dust them! Aha! There. Sparkling now. I'm sure Cassius will be proud of me, dusting something myself for once. The set of dishes sparkle proudly on the shelf. Huzzah. Which notes do I have so far? I guess I can look at them. I mean, it says right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same notes, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, same description, really. Nothing new. Also skeletons, I guess. Oh, interesting. You get skeleton biographies. Cool. And also the spell itself. Sure, why not? We'll read the Yorick one. Let's see. Yorick. Alas, poor Yorick. Yorick was the first skeleton I made all on my own. In his living life, he was a woodsman for the town close to us, and I met him while I was gathering herbs for my lord. I didn't think he'd be my first skeleton, but then my lord made it so. Okay. From his flesh body, I miss his blue eyes the most, I think. Yorick was always kind to me and looked after me when I forgot to do it myself. Sometimes, I wonder if it's because he's fully my skeleton and magic compels him to do so. Perhaps he remembers still the friends we've been in those sunny patches in the forest. In any case, I wish for his companionship back. I don't know, what happened in between him meeting each other and him becoming a skeleton? Did he die of natural causes or did he get murdered? That's what I'm thinking. Wondering if you need the notes for the endings? Well, I'm assuming so. I guess we'll see. Agatha. Agatha was mostly my lord's skeleton, but she was the first I helped with when he first took me to the tower. I did not know her in life, only after her skeleton was clean, but she was a boisterous woman despite her short stature. Whenever she had a new recipe to try, she'd run to my room to make me test it because she could not do so on her own. I wonder if skeleton-owned bakeries can still be a thing. She would like to own one still even in death. I mean, it looks like the skeletons do have a will of their own. They're not like slaves. That's what it seems to me, anyway. And, you know, despite the fact that you don't have a fleshy body, isn't it kind of interesting that you still get to live even after you die? Technically immortal, you know? As long as you, I guess... You know, as long as the person who resurrected you is still alive, I guess. The shells have been cleaned, everything useful, and have a thick layer of dust. Okay, same thing. Jars once filled with rose. I interact with everything, just in case. Even if it's not sparkly. Pungent smell. Okay. The wooden chest is filled with all sorts of day-to-day items, measuring instruments, book-binding material, and ink among them. I will dig deeper. Nothing quite as useful as you hoped. Better to move on. Oh. Truly, Cassius, you did your best, but you were not made to withstand warriors dressed in metal. Though shying with a habit of disappearing, whenever we were in need something, you would be there within mere moments. I wish I had you now. I have to reserve my magic for now, but I'll raise you back later. Yeah, okay. So that's Cassius. It was mentioned before, actually. This is glowing. Okay, I had the slightly weird angle. I thought the barrels were blocking the way, but actually you can just simply squeeze between it and the chest and interact with this. The wooden chest. Dig deeper. I will dig deeper because it is sparkling. Here we are. I knew it'd be somewhere in the cellarage. Found magic chalk. This should be enough to draw all the magic sigils I need for the spell. Alright. Let's go back up. I want to read the journal, actually. Cassius. Cassius had the misfortune of sneaking to the tower and the wards got him. Oh, okay, so this person actually did die from the tower itself. Yorick found him, and though I thought perhaps he appreciated proper burial instead, his soul said otherwise. He was easier to clean and raise in Yorick, because by then I had more practice helping my lord. Okay, Cassius himself wanted to live. He wanted to be a skeleton instead, Consent is important, especially if you're raising the undead, you see. Cassius was always shy and liked to explore the tower, but he learned so many nooks and crannies he'd only tell me. He hardly ever let our lord seek him out and preferred me instead. I didn't mind. He was sweet. Alright. Quests, the spell. What else do I need? I need to clear the cobwebs. How do I clear the cobwebs? Do you mean, yeah, he mentioned, like, to clean the cobwebs. I guess only one, it says here, one needs a room clean of cobwebs, so just one room. So, is it like the Lord's room, or? Let me see. Do I need to clean it here, maybe? Yeah. This is a good time to clean up a little bit. It'll help me think when I do the spell. My lord, do you remember when you brought Yorick in here? The mess he made teaching me how to separate his skin from his bones. I'm just imagining it. It's kind of disgusting when you think about it. It's like, I'm assuming it's like using some kind of magic to peel off the skins. Like they're like slowly peeling off. Anyway, I always wanted to ask you, why him? There were many would-be heroes who left you rotting in the forest. He was a woodsman for the nearby town. Why the man who had been friendly with me while he still had so much life left in his eyes? I won't deny, he did make a good skeleton. Always kept me safe. Perhaps you were jealous of him when he had his skin. I should be glad you can't form memories in your current state, and you won't remember me saying that. I'm almost finished cleaning. Worry not. Okay, that implies that, yeah, Yorick was murdered. I don't know. There, my lord. I'm sure it feels nicer without all the cobwebs reminding you of your decay. I suppose it's time to draw all the sigils for the spell. Magic circles befitting one such as thee. Would you be proud of me? I've grown quite good at this, if I can be honest. And now time to place the magic orbs to keep my magic cycling through the room. And there, magic orbs all placed. The broken shards will make up your new heart and the others will augment my own magic. We're improvising the shards, I guess. Like, be sure, why not? Although now, I seem to have overexerted myself. It's too late to brave the forest, especially with myself like this. Especially when I can barely stand. I shall rest here tonight so that I'm not far, just the way you prefer. Good night, my lord. You'll be whole again soon. This I promise. Take a quick nap on the hard stone floor, you know? That's horrible for your back. And so I give this to you to entwine our magics as one. Looks very smug. You must wear this crown and never take it off. Do you understand me, my blossom? I understand. Now it may hurt, but you have endured everything else, and I know you can handle this as well. Yes, I can handle it. For as long as you wear it, you'll be linked to me, and it is imperative you keep it on if you wish to be mine. Have I made myself clear, my blossom? Your magic is simply too wild to leave to its own devices. This will help. You have. I will wear it always. Good. Now sleep a little, or sleep a little while, so I may finish all the magic. Okay, so that's what our lord looked like? I thought it was gonna be like a Palpatine kind of guy, but, you know. Looks a lot different than I imagined. Seldom do I dream. And seldom do I have the time for them. It's already afternoon. How could I waste so much of the day already? The everlasting life herbs aren't far at least, just outside in the bramble forest. I should make haste. It's almost finished, my lord. Just a little more. Alrighty. Again, this game's definitely more like just walking around, exploring. I was kind of half expecting to do like a little mini game, but I guess not. You know, to put like the orbs and all that. Still pretty dirty around here, you know? There's still like a bunch of corpses on the left, but anyway. Well, whatever. But I guess the Lord and this necromancer, they're used to being around corpses, you know? So it's no matter. It's more resources, actually. It's decoration. The outside still stands, although in great disarray. I know not if dangers await me in the forest, but that is why my lord gifted me my enchanted dagger. If anything's there, I should be prepared. But think how all our wards on the outer walls failed and let our enemies inside. I'll make them better next time. But for now, I need to find those herbs. Save the game. Again, I don't know if it matters. This game, I feel like you don't really need to save. There's no like real danger. But I make 100 saves anyway. Also, we have like a enchanted dagger. Why not like an enchanted longsword? You know, that would be a better range. I want an enchanted longsword, not an enchanted dagger. Enchanted daggers not very effective, I feel like. Very short. I guess that depends though. You know, in real life, a lot of the medieval fantasy weapons or whatever are not so categorized so strictly, you know, in real life. Daggers can actually be kind of long, you know, in like medieval context. Actually, it could be as long as a sword, really. But it's called a dagger, like a knife, whatever. Anyway. Our attackers didn't even bother to take those of theirs that fell home. Buried earth won't stop a necromancer, however. We'll see what my lord has me raise when he's fit to plan again, but he won't leave you behind like they did. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, actually, you know, it's funny how, like, the heroes buried corpses near a necromancer, because obviously a necromancer will probably just simply use that to their advantage. But I guess the alternative is to simply leave them to rot, which is the same thing anyway, I guess. Well, you are not one of mine, but clearly not one they cared about when you fell, as they'd even bury you properly. Nothing clings here but a flower grown out of the eye socket. A little pretty, actually. Oh, Isabella, Part of me had hoped you got on the way to find a resting place, not struck down here when the wards fell. You brewed tonics and tinctures of what grew in the forest, and I carted them to town to sell. Sometimes you come with if we thought no one would look too closely. I miss those days. I have to reserve my magic for now, but yeah, okay. Isabella, I guess she was the alchemist. I mean, she was kind of mentioned right before, I think, at the beginning, right? She was the one that brought us the... was it the hand mirror or something? She brought us something. Not one of mine, but no one cared about you. If you yet still cling to your bones when I fish with my lord, I can raise you if you like. Give it some thought, you know? I thought my lord may raise you regardless of your wishes. Oh. Well. Let's see. I got like a new thing, so I want to look at it. Isabella. Isabella was one of my lord's oldest skeletons, but I don't think she liked him very much. When I came around, she took me under her wing and taught me everything she knew about potions, tonics, and all the herbs you could find nearby. Although she was used to humans being scared of her, she was still excited to go to the market with me, hidden under a shroud. Even though it's been years since she's been raised, she eagerly tells me all about the places we visited, and it really felt like she was back in her living life. Oh, nice. I don't know, I guess I'm getting the feeling of the boss, you know. the skeleton boss, our lord, isn't so nice. But we are, you know. We're a good necromancer. We like making friends with skeletons, I guess. I don't know. Not one of mine. Without a skull, however, I can't bring you back. I apologize, but maybe I can give you a proper burial when I'm finished. Can't have a headless skeleton, I guess. Anything else to look at? All these flowers? No? Okay, guess not. Alright, we'll move on. My lord, you and yours brought me out here so many nights to find flowers aglow, and tell me which herbs will bring world back to life should it fall, or should bring the world back to life should it fall. The herbs to repair your skin, your eyes, heart, everything of yours should you fall. I remember asking you once what was more important, you or the world, and you laughed. It's always you, because without you, there wouldn't be a world to see. I wonder how true that really was. Regardless, the everlasting life herbs should be here somewhere. Just look for bushes that shimmer like magic. They sparkle like in an RPG Maker game that, you know, from the developer tells you that you gotta interact with it. On my grave, sit at your feet of those that fell when the tower was attacked. Glimmers of souls are nestled within the dirt, curious of a necromancer so close to them. You're like, I could be a skeleton? Make me a skeleton, please. Here you are, Bellamy. I was worried, although I had hoped that since I had not found you, you would have escaped entirely. I see that was not so. You are a wise mentor and always patient with me even during the times our lord was not. I miss your guiding hand. I have to reserve my magic, but I'll come back to raise you too. Bellamy. Alright. Bellamy has been with my lord a long time, and he's a bit mum on exactly how long. Perhaps longer than Isabella, but she insists otherwise. My lord often goes to him for advice, although seldom follows it because it often does not match my lord's master plan. I, on the other hand, have always listened to the advice Bellamy gives me. He's lived much longer than I. It would have been remiss of me not to. Always a patient tutor. I miss the advice he used to give me. I could really use it about now. Wise grandpa skeleton, I guess. You see a shimmer of magic upon the leaves of the bush. Check it. What herbs? Magic's there, but the bud's not mature enough to use. Gotta look elsewhere. Not so bad. See a shimmer of magic. Look in here. Probably nothing. Yep. Because this is nearby, you know, the bush that has nothing as well, so probably nothing. Oh, down or right? I don't know. I guess I'll go right. Hello there, kind scarecrow. Why did I feel compelled to say hello, then wait for a reply? Felt like it was watching me, so I had to acknowledge it, right? Maybe exhaustion is getting to me. I need to focus. It's just a scarecrow, don't worry about it. Smiling at you with intention, eh? The government put cameras in the scarecrow? I don't know. And in medieval fantasy world, maybe not cameras, but actually like a real, like spell, you know, that allows you to look through the eyes of the scarecrow. Maybe that's how they infiltrated the castle, you know? They were spies the whole time. Check for more herbs. Can't use this one either. What about this one? This one looks different, slightly. Here we are. Found a single usable bud. The rest aren't mature enough. Found everlasting life. That means I need to find 4 more. Oh, 4 more! That's not enough. Gotta find way more than that. Let's go here, maybe. Oh, it's a lake. Ah, it's the lake of the nymph or whatever. But we don't have a gift though to wake her up. This is the water nymph's lake, but she doesn't appear to be here right now. Usually nymphs won't appear unless you toss in a gift. I'll have to come back once I finish with the herbs. Can't do anything here. Check this one. I mean, probably this one doesn't have it either, but I'm gonna check anyway, just so it stops sparkling. I think the ones that actually have the thing I need looks slightly different. It seems to glow a little bit more. I don't know, just in case. I'll check all of them anyway. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Interesting. You can open that menu? Here you go. Gotta find 3 more, yep. Yeah, necromancer. They're curious about the necromancer. Where did the heroes go? Did they win? They're like, we won! Then they just simply left, you know? That's it. They just assumed they won. Didn't bury you properly. You don't have a skull though, that's too bad. Your spark of life is so far gone, I cannot remember you, my friend. I thank you all the same. Okay, that's like another, maybe like an ally, but they're too far gone. Check out these skeletons, even though probably the same dialogue, and check it anyway. You're not one of mine, but you didn't. Maybe still without a skull though. Oh well. Alright, get this one. Anything in this little pool? No? Guess not. I grab this. What does well, speaking of the pool, what does the nymph want as a gift? I'm not sure. No idea. You grab this? Flowers maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it's a little like I guess like a bit of like a fetch quest, I guess. So many herbs I gotta get. Let's see. Well, I went to the right already, so let's go down this time. I guess I don't need to check every single bush. I'm such a I don't know what the word is, but I'm such a I'm such a person that has to check every nook and cranny just in case, you know, in case there might be a little secret or something. But like you probably don't need to check every little bush because yeah, the ones that don't have the herb are not glowing as much. So Anyway, got the last one. And that's all 5 everlasting life herbs. But now it grows dark and I find my limbs turning sluggish. I'll check to be sure my lord's body is ready, and then tomorrow I'll come back to find the nymph. Let's return to the tower. More unmarked graves. Oh, unmarked graves. I guess yes, some of the bodies were buried, I guess. Not all of them, though. And I assume it's been a while, because they're all just skeletons, right? No, it's old enough that these corpses have already been, like, picked apart by maggots, I imagine. And it's just all skeletons. I mean, yeah, usually, you know, in like RPGs, going the wrong way usually means like you get like an extra item or something, right? Even though in this game, that's not the case. So it's like, you know, you're not supposed to look at every little thing, but like it's there, you know, it's tempting, so I do it anyway. But there, my lord, I prepared you for the herbs and water mixtures soon to be coming. Together it will bring you back. Not as a skeleton, but with your flesh reborn anew as you wish. I have one more day left, but I swear to you I will not fail. Please, believe in me. I just need to sleep once again. Do forgive me. Once again, like face first on the floor. I know some people like to sleep that way. Well, not on the floor, but you know, face first. I can never do that. I don't know. Like, if I sleep on my belly, it just squishes my belly, you know, and it's not very comfortable. But some people do that, I guess. I can never do that. Please, my lord, don't make me stay here. I can help. You heard our scouts. We have way more than we anticipated. I'll do no good here. On the contrary, you do your best right here, safe and sound. How? I'm useless if not by your side. You said as much. Ah, my blossom, you misunderstood. So long as you are safe in mine, you are never useless. Hush, and rest now. I need magic. But my lord... He's like, back to sleep. Yeah, it's the worst way, it's like the worst way to sleep, I guess, as well. I mean, I imagine you're like, again, putting your face in the pillow as well. It's kind of like, don't you suffocate? I don't know. Anyway. As long as I'm safe in yours, what do you mean, then? How many months ago was that? Days? Years? Bah, it's no matter. He will rise. He will wake, and then together, we will begin anew. This we promised. Before I head out, I must procure a gift for the nymph, or she will not speak to me. Nymphs like admiring themselves, so perhaps a mirror. Ah, okay, that's what we need. Simply give them a mirror. But isn't, like, the lake, you know, enough for, like, a mirror? As long as it's, like, still, I guess, you know? There's no, like, movement in the water. You can just use it as a mirror, you know? I guess maybe it has to be, like, very clean, like, still water. Otherwise, it'd be allowed to store it, I guess. This mirror will make a suitable gift for the water nymph. Jeweled mirror. I don't have much time left, but I hope this will be enough. Giving away Isabella's gift? How cruel, you know? But I guess this is an emergency. I guess Isabella will have to understand. Save the game. Wee. Again, interesting concept. You know, I like this idea actually. You know, the fact that this takes place after the heroes kind of fight the big bad guy or whatever. I like that kind of idea actually. Games that like kind of take stories around like the cliche, you know, save the world, classic RPG, you know, hero story. Games that kind of deconstruct that and just, you know, from a perspective of not the hero but other characters. That's a neat idea. Another game that I think a lot of people know is like, for example, like Reciteer, a Item Shop's Tale. That game is kind of like taking place from a perspective of like a merchant, right? So I don't know. Those kind of ideas I think are pretty interesting to me. Anyway, the water is still. Toss in the jeweled mirror. Bit light on actual gameplay, yeah, but I went into this knowing that it'd be more like story driven, I guess. A bit more gameplay than a typical visual novel, though, I would say. At the very least, you actually like move around and stuff and get items. It's very simple, but I played games with way less interaction, and I still found them interesting. But anyway, you seek to offer us a gift, necromancer. That I do. You have given us this pretty mirror. What would you ask in return? I require in return the gift of life water from your very skin. I need your gamer girl bath water. Pray tell, how oft have you asked this of us? Excuse me? How many of my sisters have given you the same? Is one life not enough for you? I know not what you speak. My lord has treated your kind far better than any king or queen has. As long as I raise him, that will remain the same. Raise him? How many times is it now? How many raises doth one man need? I am not here for your riddles. He's warned me of your lies, and I will not be taken by them. I have given you a gift. I require life water in return. Our lies. Necromancer, we pray you open your eyes. Remember the countless days stolen from you that led your weary legs right here. I know not of what you speak. Please, cease with the lies and trickery. It is too bad you recall naught of your previous visits. All my sisters who you've taken for him. Taken? Life water is our blood and soul, necromancer. Surely he must have told you. Life for a life to bring one back from the dead. Skeletons never needed that. I raised an entire army. Yes, but neither are they alive like he wishes to be time and time again. Flesh needs more. Needs the blood of me and mine. Yet still I need to bring him back to life. It's why I'm here. Why he needs me at all. You have an enchanted dagger that he's given you for such a purpose. If you truly feel this way, that I spend naught but lies and trickery, then use it to slay this body and take what you're owed. Save the game real quick. Don't worry about it. It's nice that you can save it during dialogue, by the way. Very much like a visual novel. It's not something like a lot of RPG Maker games. I don't think any RPG Maker game allows you to save during dialogue, as far as I remember. I don't know. Anyway. Bring your lord and master back, so he may take his own life for a life. Slay her. Stay your hand. Slay her. Stay your hand. Even though there's so like many red flags with a lord and all that, I'm like, I'm curious. What happens if we do raise our lord? I want to find the truth of what happens if we do so. So I'm going to murder her. But first, I'm gonna save again. I'm gonna save another game here, just in case. I don't know, if for whatever reason the game glitches because I'm saving during a choice, but I don't think it would. But anyway, as it turns out, by the way, it's not gamer girl bathwater. It's gamer girl blood. By the way, do they sell that? Is that illegal? Anyway, die. I did it. I killed her. The deed is done. With her blood, I shall bring my lord back, so that he may claim this world as his own, as it should have been. Found lifeblood! It's not life water, it's life blood. No, I can do this. My lord awaits. Blood. The lake runs red with blood. The water nymph is gone. You know, there's a lot of life blood here, you know? Do you want to take like an extra scoop? Want to take a drink, maybe? You know, that's where HP potions come from, by the way. It's actually blood. That's why it's red, by the way. Anyway. Let's see. Well, we can head home. Is there any reason to explore the forest? I don't know if there is. I'll just keep going. Headache. Bad headache. It's me when I, you know, take the COVID vaccine, you know? I get like a really bad headache. Really exhausted the day after. The scarecrow has a cruel charm face and can't help but feel it's frowning at you. I see. In fact, at the time of recording this, actually, I'll probably take another booster shot. So, like, next week. Actually. Anything in here? Can interact with the skeletons? No? Guess not. I don't know if there's a reason, I don't know if there's a reason to explore the rest of the forest. Probably wasting my time. I'll just go where I need to go. And that is to resurrect my lord. I'm here, my lord, and now you shall be raised in the flesh you so desire. Drink this lifeblood. Ingest these everlasting life herbs. A return from the death that has claimed you. And by the way, you know, the only reason we needed the lifeblood is so that he has skin and everything, right? So it really is just like it's like a cherry on top kind of thing, you know? But like it requires murder to do so. He doesn't need the flesh necessarily to come back, but like, you know, he wants it anyway. I command it. Or, I don't know, I felt like I read that weird. I gotta be serious. I command it. Return to life with your flesh and blood. Rise, my blossom. I've done it. You're alive again. Why, of course, my blossom. You're unparalleled. I had absolute faith in you, as I've always had. It feels like only yesterday I gazed upon your face. Please tell me, how has everything fared since you've awakened? No one and nothing lingers near the tower. Your wards held fast and protected me and our library. Though most of our skeletons are gone, there are a few who have lingered and many more in the forest we can raise. We can win this time we simply stand by your side, or if I can simply stand by your side, I'm sure of it. Come now, my blossom. You do your best, safe and sound. You know that. I am greatly weakened as well, and only you will suffice to bleed my lost magic back into me. Wait. You know how this works, my blossom. I will always love you for what you do, and provide for me. I thank thee and will call upon you once more should I be bested. But now, you will sleep. No, please. Sleep, my blossom, so that I may have my magic return tenfold and lay waste to those who seek to destroy me. No, I... One day, I will never fall. One day you will stay as you are forevermore. My blossom, until the end of time. The end. Forevermore. Okay. A necromancer is kind of like Sleeping Beauty, I guess. You know? So, like, the idea is that he trained the necromancer apprentice just so he can be like a living... I guess, like a living phylactery? Phylactery? How you say that word? Phylactery? You know, it's a thing that liches use. So that, it was not I don't think it's exactly the case, but, you know, it's similar, where, like, a necromancer, that's where they put their like their soul in, you know, like usually like an object, and hides it away so that when they die, you know, they can simply be resurrected because their real soul is somewhere else or whatever is the idea. And it's not exactly the same, I guess, but it's similar. Also, I found 3 cryptic notes out of 6. Only 3? Really? You think I would have found more? Only 3. I found 4 though. I got 5 skeleton friends though. Hey. Thank you for playing. Thank you for playing in my game. I just think of Mario. Alright. I'm assuming that's the bad ending. Let's try this again. Load game. Yeah, I have 4, but let's hit 3. I guess we'll see. Let's see. Let's load back the game. Let's start here again. I will, this time, not murder her. I will go against my lord's wishes and see what happens if I do that. If I can do that. I don't know. Let's see. I've done this before, haven't I? As many as there are stars in the sky. Surely not that many. Enough times that I knew you were coming long before you did. What should I do? I can't go back. I cannot dictate what you do with your life. You know, loser. I can't tell you what to do. No. Although if you're asking for advice, I could be swayed with another boon. Another one? May I please have your circlet? He gave it to me. I am aware. Have you ascertained why? Not merely to make you pretty, I assure you. To entwine our magic as one, to link us together. He said my magic was too wild without it. But that was a lie. One of many. It controlled my magic. It's what gave me headaches, wasn't it? Hey, this reminds me of Dragon Ball Z, by the way. Wasn't it Brawly the same way? He even has purple hair. He takes it off, he becomes like the legendary Super Saiyan. Anyway. Yes, you are correct, and with him dead, there's nothing to give magic to. Thus your headaches. Will you give it to me? And go berserk and yell, Kekorot! No, yes. Take this gift in exchange. Give me advice. You are more of the sorcerer than he ever was. The advice I give you is this. Seek your own life. Seek not to augment his, but your own, for you're now free. I tricked you, you see, you know? But like in a good way? I don't know anyone, anything. How can I possibly do that? Come now, would you reject freedom simply because you're afraid? Life begins by taking the first step. You know the town south of the forest. Go there and apply for them your craft of magic. Build your life with what you already know. Something entirely yours and not entwined in a sorcerer who should have died lifetimes ago. They'll know what I've done, who I helped. They'll kill me. Then do not tell them what you've done. Years and years have passed since he last walked this earth. All the heroes who slew him are buried deep below the earth. Like, I don't know why. I wanted to say deep below the ground, but it's like deep below the earth. Not but bard songs to remember them. You are born anew. Do not squander this chance seldom given. I won't. Those cryptic notes I found. They were all from me, weren't they? Pieces of yourself that saw the truth, but not how to undo it until it was too late. I'm glad you finally woke up. I fear the next time you wouldn't have been as lucky. Alright, yeah, I fear the next time you wouldn't have been so lucky. Been as lucky? I was lucky. I'm glad I woke up too. Go now, and live with your life with your own calling. I wish you all the luck of the stars above. This is it. My life, not his to control any longer. It doesn't have to be alone. Maybe my friends wanted to be raised to come with me. Isabella, Yorick, Cassius, Bellamy, and I forgot the last guy, but we'll bring him too. Or her? What's her name? Agatha, right? Did I say Agatha already? Anyway. I can see the world with my own eyes, not through the hazy reflection of a dream. I guess I better get going. With my new skeleton friends. I'm gonna go on a skeleton adventure. You're gonna have a great skeleton time. Rise and shine, Bellamy. Isn't that what you always told me when you opened my curtains in the morning? If you have me and want to live again, I'd like to raise you. I won't let anyone cut you down this time. We have so many more herbs and potions to make, wouldn't you agree, Isabella? I'd be honored if you come with me now, so we can have our Halcyon days back. I don't pronounce that actually. Halcyon? You have so much life left to live, Cassius, and so many trinkets to squirrel away. There's so much more of this world neither of us has seen, so please, if you want to see with me, walk with me once more. I'll find you a nice bakery, Agatha, and we can make all the food together you never got to before. There's so many things we haven't tried yet, and if you're willing to stand by my side once more, I can find a place willing. Remember when we first met, Yorick? How I couldn't chop wood to save my life? Well, I still can't. You can choose to stay with me or go, but I'd be honored if you could walk by my side, not as a servant as he made of you, but as my friend. The power of friendship before undead skeletons. Good. Farewell, once home of mine. I know not how long I was there, trapped in endless dreams, but thank you for keeping me safe all the while. It's time I live for a change. For myself, not for the man that should have died so long ago. We'll see what this world has yet to offer us. Let's go, my friends. The world awaits. Yeah. They're like walking skeletons, though, you know? What happens if you just randomly meet, like, a paladin? You know, it's like, suddenly it's a paladin and they murder all your skeletons. Die! It's the undead! Destroy them! No, Anyway. Alright, I guess that's the good ending. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, definitely the idea is that our Lord is not as nice as we think they are. In a way, there's some vibes of like a toxic relationship, you know? It's kind of like, if this was like a dating sim, he'd be like a really abusive boyfriend or something, I don't know. You know, he's like, he's like gaslighting us, you know, basically, thinking that he's protecting us, but he's not. So, anyway. Crypto Notes, yeah, 3 out of 6, even though I thought I got 4. I don't know if there's a reason to get all of them. I think that's, I don't know, maybe it affects the scene at the end slightly. I was wondering about the skeleton friends as well. Like, maybe if we didn't find any skeleton friends, ending might be slightly different. I don't know, or maybe it's the same either way. Not sure. I feel like the skeleton friends, like, I guess notes or journal entries, those are the most interesting ones. I imagine the cryptic notes, though, probably doesn't do much. Probably is going to be, like, the rest of them is going to be like, oh no, you know, remember, don't get gaslighted by your lord, he's an asshole, or something like that, you know, it's going to be like more of those notes. So I don't know if there's a reason to go back to find more, even though I thought I looked pretty thoroughly. I guess I still missed a few anyway. Oh well. You're starting a new life is difficult if if an army of skeletons are following you. Well, it could make life easier in a way, you know. I mean, you have a bunch of bodyguards. They don't need to eat food or anything, you know. You know, they're just it's just an adventuring party. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so that's the end of the game. I assume the canonical ending is that we escape from our very toxic boyfriend. You know, it's not really a boyfriend, but it kind of felt like it, actually. You know, calling us Blossoms, kind of creepy. Anyway, we escaped from that toxic relationship, and we have a skeleton family. You know, that's basically the story, I guess. Pretty interesting. I like the concept. I like the graphics, actually. Not much gameplay, but, you know, I guess I didn't expect a lot of gameplay. Pretty simple, but I think it's fine. I guess the only thing, maybe if you wanted to, like, pad out the game a little bit more, like, you know, I guess the one criticism is definitely the one where you're collecting herbs. Like, maybe make that a little bit more interesting. Maybe add some story bits while you're collecting the herbs instead of just simply, like, just looking for them. You know, while you're going from place to place, there'll be, like, little things, like, more things to interact with that kind of, like, imply what happened in the tower or something. Though we got a bit of that, but interacting with the skeletons, but they're a little bit repetitive though, you know, the same dialogue over and over again. So that felt a little slightly too long. Wasn't too bad, but it was just the thing that stood out to me, right, compared to the rest of the game. You know, the rest of the game had good pacing, but that part felt like it was a little redundant. So I don't know, like add like a little thing that to break up the monotony, or maybe make it like a little mini game or something, some like a puzzle game or something. I don't know. I felt this game didn't have any puzzles. I don't know if the developer wanted to add any puzzles. But I guess if you wanted to, you know, you could. I feel like this is the type of game that you could add some puzzles. I mean, that's a classic way to do it. Kind of cliche though, you know, to do like an RPG Maker puzzle game. But you know, that's what most people do. Or maybe something else. I don't know. Maybe something that ties in the whole necromancer thing. You know, I was kind of thinking like doing the whole magic circle thing. Like maybe had some kind of puzzle involving that, you know, you got like a draw a circle, or choose the right symbols, you know, you look at the book and you gotta choose the right symbol. Nothing too hard, but you know, something a bit more immersive than simply just the character doing it himself. But I don't know, that's fine. You're looking for a walkthrough, you found something else. I don't know what you're looking for, X-Men. You're looking for the wrong thing. But anyway, but this game though, it was pretty great. What else do I want to say? I like the skeletons as well. You know, I like the idea the skeletons are like friends. I don't know. It's just like, again, I like the idea the perspective is like I don't know what the word is, like deconstructed, I guess, you know, whereas like it's not so simple that the necromancer is a bad person. Usually in most, you know, oops, I knocked over my water bottle. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, most like necromancer, you know, dark magician type characters in like classic medieval fantasy games, especially like JRPGs in particular, are usually the bad guys, right? But not in this case. Actually, the main character is nice to his skeletons. They have like skeleton friends, you know. So I like that. I like how like it kind of like a I don't know what the word is, but like the opposite, you know, it's like the opposite of the trope, I guess. It's going against the cliche, which is kind of cool. Though I guess it's not the first time it's been done, but I don't know, I like it. What else? I think I already mentioned the graphics, but yeah, again, I have to say, the graphics are really good. I like the pixel art and everything. It didn't feel like it was just cookie cutter, you know, like RPG Maker game. Though this apparently was made in RPG Maker MZ, I think. I don't know how much of it was actually assets or not that's been used before, but you know the ones that RPG Maker gives you by default. But it felt like everything was kind of like new to me. I don't know. I'm assuming everything was custom, you know, made. It felt like that anyway. But I don't know. I'm so used to like playing like the older RPG Maker engines. You know, like RPG Maker just RPG Maker, I guess. RPG Maker Ace, you know, and stuff like that. Like that's older stuff. So I'm used to looking at those assets. So I notice when, you know, developers reuse assets in their games, that the ones that they give you by default or by like public domain stuff, I guess, or the ones that, you know, they share or you buy. I think there's some assets you buy, but anyway, it's kind of like Unity, you know. Unity is like an engine. It's kind of like similar actually. Unity is like made for more like 3D games, but it has a bad rap because a lot of like, you know, not lazy, but you know, a lot of like developers that don't really focus on the art direction. They just kind of use like default assets, and most of the time if you do that, it doesn't look nice, right? Because it doesn't feel like a unique game. It just feels like this is a game made in this engine, you know, which doesn't feel. You know, it doesn't make it feel like it's a thing that stands on its own. But anyway, that's just all to say that this game definitely feels unique in terms of its like art direction. What else? I think that's it. I don't know. I think that's it. By the way, that's only the 2 endings I can get, I believe. Again, I don't know if anything changes if I get all the cryptic notes. I'm assuming not. I'm probably not going to bother because I imagine, you know, again, it probably doesn't do anything anyway. I guess I'll check maybe off screen. If it doesn't do anything, I'll add a little note, I guess, that, or like a little scene maybe. I'll edit it in the YouTube video, but if you didn't see anything, then probably I didn't edit it in, you know, from the future, I guess. But anyway, but yeah, Life Eternal. It was pretty cool. Anything else? Okay, I'm rambling for so long, but like, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. Probably not. Yeah. Okay. Overall, it was a pretty great game. Definitely like kind of like, again, more story driven than anything, but I like it. I like story games. You know, I'm a type of person that prioritizes story over gameplay. You know, if you can have both, that's cool. But if I had to choose, I would choose story. You know, I'm a story gamer more so than, you know, a game that you only play for gameplay. And I don't find much joy in only playing a game for only gameplay. I don't know. I just find that kind of boring to me. If there's no actual like narrative or like story or anything, you know, it's very rare do I play a game only just for its gameplay. At the very least, I gotta like its like world, you know. All right, I guess that was it for Life Eternal. I guess if you're on YouTube, if you didn't know, I stream these games live on Twitch, so check me out over there if you're interested. I also have other playthroughs available on the channel, so you can look for those if you want. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then.